Hope you're all having an amazing day. Before we get started, if you're a true football fan, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and smash the thumbs up. Let's jump right into the action. Arteta on the brink. Arsenal duo ready to walk as patience snaps behind Emirates curtain. Mikel Arteta finds himself walking a tightrope once again, this time not over incoming transfers or tactical tweaks, but rather the subtle and escalating unrest surrounding two key figures in his squad whose patience may be wearing dangerously thin. While Arsenal have made major moves in the market to bolster their frontline and defensive depth, a storm has been quietly brewing in the background, one that could soon explode into full-blown crisis if not addressed swiftly. The Emirates, glowing under the summer sun and the optimism of a title chase reborn, now carries whispers of discontent, whispers centered around two of Arsenal's most talented yet underused figures, Emile Smith-Rowe and Fabio Vieira. And for all the excitement surrounding Victor Gyökeres, Eberechi Eze, and even potential moves for global stars like Rodrigo, it is the silence surrounding these two that is becoming deafening. Arteta, a manager hailed for his ruthless clarity and man management, may be approaching one of the most delicate moments of his reign. Because it isn't just about talent anymore, it's about trust, it's about loyalty, and in the case of Smith-Rowe and Vieira, it's about survival. For months, both players have smiled through reduced minutes, media speculation, and tactical experiments that have repeatedly left them on the periphery. But the patience that once defined their professionalism is now being tested beyond measure. Sources close to the dressing room speak of a growing frustration, particularly from Smith-Rowe, whose love for the club is undisputed, but whose role continues to shrink with each passing window. In training, he remains electric, creative, energetic, and relentless in pursuit of a first-team role. Vieira, too, has impressed behind the scenes, showing flashes of the silky technical play that made him a standout at Porto. But come match day, it's the same story. Benched, unused, forgotten, and now perhaps even contemplating futures away from North London. The situation is further complicated by Arsenal's transfer activity, with Eze arriving, Gyökeres leading the line, and Odegaard, Rice, and Havertz dominating the midfield rotation. The door for both Smith-Rowe and Vieira appears not just closed, it seems locked, and yet both men are too talented to be mere ornaments on the bench. Arteta knows this, but knowing and acting are two very different things. Behind closed doors, conversations have begun. Vieira's camp has quietly floated the possibility of a January exit if opportunities continue to elude him. Smith-Rowe, though more emotionally tied to the club, is not immune to the same feelings. There is a fear now, not just that they will leave, but that they will thrive elsewhere. That Arteta may lose two stars, not because they weren't good enough, but because he failed to give them the platform to shine. It's a harsh indictment, but a fair one, because Arsenal are not the club of old anymore. They are contenders, they are ambitious, they are chasing silverware on multiple fronts, but they are also evolving into a squad where sentimentality has no place. Arteta has always maintained that performance dictates opportunity, and in fairness, neither Smith-Rowe nor Vieira has strung together a consistent run of games to make their case undeniable. But how can they, when the opportunities never truly come? It's a chicken and egg conundrum, and one that Arteta must resolve before it breeds a toxicity that could undermine the harmony he has worked so hard to build. Fans are also beginning to ask questions. Social media is awash in debates, some demanding patience, others demanding answers. There's a growing sentiment that Arsenal are sitting on a gold mine of creative depth and failing to unlock it. And in the brutal ecosystem of modern football, perception matters just as much as points. Smith-Rowe, once hailed as the Croydon De Bruyne, has gone from Academy Golden Boy to forgotten talent in just over a season. Injuries played a role, yes, but the recovery came long ago. The rhythm, however, never returned, not because of his own failings, but because the door was no longer open. Vieira's journey is different, but no less painful. Imported with high expectations, the Portuguese maestro has been relegated to the background, his talent acknowledged but rarely trusted. And in a league as unforgiving as the Premier League, trust is the currency of success. Their stories run parallel. Two young men, immensely gifted, caught in the crossfire of a club evolving faster than their roles can keep up with. And now, as the new season looms, both must ask themselves the most difficult question in football: stay and fight, or walk away and flourish elsewhere. For Arteta, this is more than a tactical issue. It's a test of foresight, because losing players is inevitable, but losing them without truly knowing what they could have become under your guidance, that is a scar no manager wants, especially not one building a legacy. The board has been warned, the agents have spoken, and now the ball is in Arteta's court. Does he find space for them in a squad bursting with quality? Does he rotate more aggressively to keep all players engaged? Or does he stick to his core and risk watching two stars slip through his fingers only to shine in rival colors? The months ahead will reveal the answer, but make no mistake, this is not a subplot. This is a central narrative in Arsenal's next chapter, because how you treat your fringe talents says as much about your identity as how you spend your millions. And if Arsenal are to truly become the super club they aspire to be, they must find a way to balance ambition with loyalty, evolution with inclusion. Because sometimes the greatest threat to progress isn't failure, it's neglect. And if Arteta isn't careful, the warning signs over Smith Rowe and Vieira could turn into farewell letters. Satya News will continue to monitor the unfolding tension at Arsenal as Arteta navigates what could be one of the most defining man management challenges of his career. Thank you so much for watching our video. For all the latest football news and analysis, be sure to subscribe to the Football Focus YouTube channel and stay with us.